All right, so good afternoon. This is John, and today I want to give you guys a tutorial on two things. Get a lot of questions about how to calculate loan payments, and then I wanted to give a tutorial on how to do what's called a sensitivity analysis using the what if scenario function in Excel. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's say you have a car loan and you're going to buy a car for, say, $15,000. Okay, and let's say that interest rate you're being given is 5%, and you're going to pay it off in 5 years. So you have to do that in months. There is a cool function in Excel called payment that we'll go over. So payment is PMT. And the first thing that you want to do is put in the rate. So the cell reference there would be C4, but you're going to want to divide it by 12. And then the number of payments, so the cell reference would be C5, and then the present value, which is 15,000, and then the future value, which would be 0. And then the final thing that you're going to put in is a 0 or a 1 for when is the interest calculated. For most car loans, it's going to be calculated at the beginning of the period, and so you'll put a 1 in there. It really doesn't give you a whole lot of difference on something small like a car payment, but for something larger like a mortgage, it would be a little bit bigger of a deal. But anyway, so you put that in there, and then you calculate a payment of $281.89 over a 60-month loan. If you did a 48-month loan, 4 years, then your payment would be $344.01. If you got a 3% interest loan, it would be that. And if you went ahead and tried to buy a $20,000 car, and there's your payment right there. So now total interest is going to be, if you multiply your payment times the number of payments, you get 22,000. I'm going to make it a negative number, so it comes out positive. And then what you would do is subtract that from your total loan amount. So your total interest payment would be $2,000 over a 4-year loan. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and show you a sensitivity analysis. Now, what that is going to be is you could sit here playing with these things, and you could say, all right, instead of 48, let's do a 60-month, and let's do a 72-month, and do an 84-month, and you can keep doing that, but then you got to write things down. You can create your own sensitivity analysis, and so let's just say 24 months, and let's add 6 months, and then come down all the way to like 84, okay? Because that's like the longest loan that you can get. And then what you do is you equal, and then you put that number there, and then you highlight this entire thing. I'll explain it later. I'm just showing you how to do it first. And data validation. No. What if analysis, sorry. And go to data table, and then the column input cell. You're probably not able to see this on the screen, but you're going to find column input cell, and when you do, you're going to input this. You're going to click on cell C5 and then click OK. And it's going to tell you what your payment is going to be. I'm going to make this dollars based on how many months the loan is. So if you have 48, it's $458.67. If you did a 36-month loan, it'd be $596.93. Okay, and so what is happening here is this table is taking this number and putting it in there, and then returning this number to there. And so if I put a 24 in here, 873.79, boom, 873.79. So it just gives you a table what your payment would be based on the number of months that you want it to be. So instead of, sorry about the cough. So instead of doing it by months, maybe you want to have a total an analysis based on the interest rate itself. So let's just say you're going to start at 2%, and then you're going to add 0.5% each time. Come on down until, say, 7%. Alright, let's just add that so it looks right. Then you're still going to equal your payment value, and then you're going to do the same thing. Highlight that, go to what if scenario, data table, column input cell, have it equal that tells the formula to put your interest rate in. I'm sorry, it's right there. Put that interest rate in there and then recalculate this. So alright, so on a 24-month loan, we'll go back to 48-month loan at 5%, it's 458.67, but at 2% it's 433.18. So that's how you do a sensitivity analysis, and that's how you do the payment function. Please put your questions in the comments. Thank you very much. Alright, the final thing that I want to show you is how to do a multi-dimensional what-if analysis. So let's just say, let's take the loan length, copy it here. Let's take the interest rates, and let's copy it across the top, do a paste special values transpose. And so now you have the interest rates across the top, and you have the loan length down there. You put your payment there, and then you highlight the entire matrix, right? And you go to your what if analysis, your data table. Now for this, I know you can't see it on the screen, I'm sorry about that, but your column input cell is going to be your loan length, so you type C5, and your row input cell is going to be your interest rate, so it's C4. And then when you click OK, you wind up getting a two-dimensional matrix that'll tell you that at 48 months at 5%, your payment's going to be $459. And that way, when you go to the dealer, you can have this information in front of you. And when they say, well, we'll give you 4%, and you can look at 4% and just go down and boom, those are what your payments are going to be. So this is a pretty cool function in Excel, and I hope you found it to be useful as well. And I've used it quite a bit. So there you go. Any questions? Please leave them in the comments. Thank you.